Oh, it's all me then. Finally. Okay, so Evan's coming back up for our next talk. And he's going to talk about the Zeus app and building the app for the Lightning Network. And I am so excited about where this app is going. I think it's absolutely going to be revolutionary for regular old plebs that want to have a node in their pocket. So I don't really need to say much more than that. Just remember, if you have questions at the end, wait for the mic, and let's give Evan a round of applause. This is going to be great.
Testing. All right. We ready to go? All right, let's do it. Hey, everyone. How are you doing tonight? My name's Evan Kaloudis. I'm the founder and creator of Zeus. It's a real privilege and honor to be here in San Salvador. It's been meaning to come out to El Salvador a long time, so it's been a long time in the cards. So today, I'm here to talk to you about building self-custodial Lightning wallet in Zeus. And for those who don't know what Zeus is today, it's a self-custodial Bitcoin wallet. It supports many different Lightning backends. You can easily control and manage all your Lightning channels. So if you're a node runner, this is amazing technology for you to use it on the go. And it's got a very nice UI to make your payments, receive payments on the go. So Zeus has really required you to have that remote node, and that's what it's been in the first 5 years of its existence. This last year, we added a couple more goodies to it. Oh, the clicker. Let's try the clicker out, folks. All right. Yeah, it looks like it's stuck. 1 sec. All right, so last year we had a point of sale system. Shouts to PubKey in New York, in the West Village. No one could get them set up on a Bitcoin point of sale thanks to New York's arduous regulations. So we had PubKey go all self-custody. They set up their own node. We built out a custom solution that ties into their Square point of sale system. And now you can go buy hot dogs and beers with Bitcoin in perhaps one of the most regulated markets in the world. And we proved that we could do it in New York. We can roll this software out anywhere in the world. So we were happy about that, but we did a lot of introspection this year. We had this wallet where you can easily send and receive Bitcoin. We got the remote connection support. You get that full granular control of your node. It's really empowering. We got major integrations, right? So from the node integrations, we've got Raspberry Blitz, BTC Pay, Umbrel, MyNode, LN Bits, Nodl, S9. Like, you got a pre-built node platform. Zeus hooks into it beautifully. And this is nice if you're a little more technically inclined. But in our introspection, we wanted to see how we could bring Zeus to everyone else. So we thought to ourselves, what are the problems with running Zeus? And we pretty clearly identified that this challenge for new users was that you either had to come to the table with your own node. This is expensive in times of either your time or your money or both. Pre-built nodes are $300 plus. Hosting could be $10 a month plus. Setup time, technical knowledge, channel management. Channel management is not easy, folks. Someone who's been setting up an LSP, it's like a full-time job, basically. Or you come to the table with an account. You need a custodial solution, the LND Hub or Lightning Node Connect accounts, and these custodial solutions are just antithetical to why we got into Bitcoin in the first place, right? You got rehypothecation risk. That means your Bitcoin could be taken from you. That stinks. There's surveillance. They know every transaction going through these accounts. It's permissioned. They see you making a payment somewhere they don't want it to go. They could stop that. That's awful. And then there's the introduction of paper money. maybe not for us running our own nodes at home and validating every block, but for people within these systems, who's to say that they actually have the Bitcoin that is credited to your account? So we set out to build a solution that covers these 4 principles. We wanted to empower users first and foremost. It had to be self-custodial. We wanted to offer up great privacy. And more than anything else, we set out to make a great payments experience. So we set out to make our prototype. And this is what we showed off at Bitcoin Park earlier this year at the Power of Lightning Summit. You just hit get started. You instantly initialize a wallet. It syncs up to the blockchain using block headers and block filters, BIP 157 and 158. So you're not downloading the whole chain, just the data you need. From there, you're ready to accept payment. And our LSP does the heavy lifting, providing you a wrapped invoice that you can pay instantly without needing channels set up beforehand. Now you have connectivity to the Lightning Network, the ability to send or receive. You could back up your seed phrase. You're not bothered by that until you have funds to back up, which we thought was really important. We'll get into that in a bit. And from there, you have the full control that you would have if you were to have a node running at home. Just like these node runners, you have the full power of a Lightning node in your pocket. And if you still have those remote nodes, you can still use those. So remote node runners, we're not forgetting about you. Never forget where you come from. So we showed this off, and a few months later, we rolled out a closed alpha and then an open beta. And we'd like to think that we over-delivered a little bit. So here's the new Zeus. We got the embedded node addressing our #1 problem, automated channel management from our LSP. Guys, honestly, let me handle the routing stuff. It's a pain. You guys shouldn't have to worry about it if you just want to send and receive payments. We got our beautiful welcoming UI that many people are familiar with that we're continuing to iterate on. And then we hit you guys with some self-custodial Lightning addresses, which is first in their class. You don't have to have your node on in your phone all the time. You just need to check in every 24 hours, and you can redeem your payments. We're really proud about that. We're going to get into the details of that in a bit. Oh, yeah, then there's this great Nostr implementation. Not only can you add your Nostr contacts to your contact book, but we're using Nostr attestations to make our self-custodial Lightning address service truly self-custodial and trust minimized. And there's more. On top of this, Zeus is getting a really nice facelift. You guys are getting the first look of our new logo, and we're going to have some new stuff out soon for everyone to have in this new release. So challenge #1, backup. This one's really hard. We really just can't beat custodial solutions. People are just used to logins and being able to restore their things. And when you're using Zeus, it's all about personal responsibility. And we tried very hard to tell users what this entails. This is your 24 words. It's your wallet backup. Keep them safe, as anyone who sees them can take your funds. Beware of scams. Every social media platform is rife with scammers trying to take your seed phrase, so education is paramount here. And then we just built this really nice UI to back everything up. Just tap a pane, write it down, you're good to go. But then there's the challenge of the Lightning state. Very arduous. Basically, every channel operation you need needs a channel backup. And I figured, hey, users shouldn't have to worry about that. So we built our own automated channel backup service that's on by default for these embedded node users, and it's all handled in the background. If they go and they restore their Zeus seed on another wallet, it'll pull down that data and make sure that they can get all their funds from their channels safely. Those who are a little more technical still have the manual options. And of course, we have no access to that data because it is encrypted with your seed phrase. So all you need is your 24 words, and you're good to go. So while we're never going to make it as easy as these custodial solutions can make it, we can lower the bar as much as possible using sound technical solutions. Problem 2, channel management. Users need these channels to use Lightning, and most people don't care about, oh, I got a channel to Bitfinex, I got a channel to Async, I got a channel to Bukele, right? They just want it to go through. So we launched our LSP, it's called Olympus, and it does all the heavy lifting. You guys don't have to worry about finding good routes. Let me worry about that. It's a lot of work, and as long as you have a channel through Olympus, you can make it to 99.999% of the Lightning Network. So channel management, huge one. Let's cross that off. And then lastly, I think we've seen a lot of these screenshots and pictures posted to social media. Hey guys, I just onboarded my waiter or my bartender. And they'll post like a wallet of Satoshi picture, and it's got a Lightning address. It's a human readable string. It looks like an email address, satoshi@your.domain. And it's sort of become the standard, right? Like in the States, we have all these payment apps. We have stuff like PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, where people just have these usernames and they can just send money to their friends whenever they want. The friend doesn't have to be online at any given time. Like that would just be ridiculous. Imagine if Venmo said, hey, make sure Bob is got his phone open. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to get paid for brunch. Like, no, like normal people are not going to accept that trade-off. So thankfully, we got a solution for that. And we launched our own Lightning address service. It's called Zeus Pay. You get your username at ZeusPay.com. It's all embedded into the app. You can use it if you have the embedded node in Zeus 0.8. You can use it if you have a remote LND node as well, which is amazing. And users are now able to receive payments as long as they check in every 24 hours to redeem them. They get notifications, both through push notifications in the app or via Nostr if they so choose. And we have no way of rugging people. We only hold these payments for them temporarily. They either go back to the sender or they go forward along to the receiver. And this solution is called Zap Locker. It was created first and foremost by our friend Super Testnet. You could find him at Pleb Lab in Austin. And he came up to me in Atlanta at TabConf, and he's like, hey, Evan, I got this idea. I have this proof of concept. I think it would be really cool if you rolled it out in Zeus. And I'm like, okay, how does it work? So a user signs up. They create these pre-images, and these pre-images basically unlock these Lightning payments. If you reveal them, you're essentially able to claim payment through these payment hops. Users then create hashes of them. They save the pairing, and they only send the server the hashes. With these hashes, we, as the service provider, can then serve up invoices on behalf of these users so that they can get paid. Once they're paid, a user has 24 hours to open their Zeus app and redeem the payments. And then we have a Nostr attestation event system that can show that we've provably given the user the payment with the right amount minus the fees that we charge. So it's a pretty ingenious system, largely done by Super. I just help polish up the rough edge cases. But the result now is a self-custodial, trust-minimized Lightning address. No need to be online 24/7. Thank you, guys. We're really excited about it, and we're here to say that async payments on the Lightning Network are here to stay. The mechanics behind it may change. They might evolve. We might find better ways to do this, but we're not ceding an inch. And there needs to be a sense of urgency about getting this functionality to users. Me and Super Testnet have economic incentives to run this service. We have real demand from our users. And if it's capitalism that breaks the Lightning Network and proves that it can't work, then damn it, so be it. All right, moving on. We're running a little low on time. So we have accomplished a lot, but there's still work to do, my friends. The job's not finished. We want to bring so much more functionality to Zeus even in the next year. Coin control, external signers, batch opens, pay joins, more privacy, splicing, swaps, better point of sale. Maybe shitcoins, I don't know. Jury's still out on that one. Scaling, of course, we are looking at these new structures in which we can onboard more people onto the Lightning Network in bulk. Being an LSP and opening up one channel at a time is difficult. We'll be exploring options. But beyond that, there's still UX challenges that we're looking to improve upon. Sync time. That syncing of the blocks, it's not so bad. It usually takes about a minute. It's not good enough yet. We need to make that faster. We need to let the average user be able to sideload it and just be in the background. The users that want the more trustless model should be able to do that, but we want to do the heavy lifting where we can. That's coming. Complexity, I think we've done a really great job in hiding a lot of the hard parts in the UX. It needs to get even better, and we're working on doing that each and every day. Fees, this is the one thing we're never going to be able to beat custodial wallets on, I think. But with more competition, those fees will trend to zero, and we're really excited to mess around with our Zeus Pay fee structure. Next week when I get home and I can handle it all, we're going to lower those a lot. We're really going to stress test it, and maybe we'll actually break the Lightning Network. So that'll be exciting. And then, of course, ZapLocker has a lot of challenges. We're really proud of our integration, but for this really to work and be, commonplace, we need integrations in other wallets. So we're willing to work with other wallets and services to make this the norm and push forward on stuff in the Lightning Network spec, like a feature bit that'll show that an invoice is in fact a HODL invoice. That has been a huge problem that we've seen just running Zeus and having users use services like RoboSats. And then, of course, pricing for those long invoices. That's another can of worms. We could talk about that later. But what does Zeus offer up versus a typical custodial Lightning wallet today? A whole lot. You control your own keys. You don't do that with a custodial wallet. You have the node on your phone. I guess normies don't care about that, but it is empowering. On-chain privacy is impeccable on Zeus. I think we're just about peerless. Maybe a Blixt or a Breeze is close, though. Same thing with our Lightning privacy. Now we both have Lightning addresses, and now the only kicker is the low fees. As I said, we're going to inch lower and lower on those. But what else? What are the other differences we got? Well, I think when you're using a custodial wallet, you're still using Bitcoin and Lightning. Let's not say that they're not using Bitcoin and Lightning. We should be very grateful for these services for bringing on the first users. And maybe they don't have the full control that they should have out the gate, but they'll be future Zeus users, and they're certainly active participants in our economy. Using Bitcoin as a unit of account, well, that's disputed. Of course, you can have fiat denominations. The real kicker is Bitcoin, the asset. When you run Zeus, you're holding the actual asset. When you run Wallet of Satoshi or these other custodial solutions, it's an IOU. It's paper Bitcoin. You don't own it. Someone's just letting you use it. Censorship resistance. We don't know where you're making your payments on Zeus. You can go get that life-saving medical care or drugs or whatever you need to make sure that your family stays safe. The other guys can't do that. They might get pressure from the government to shut you down. And lastly, and most importantly, you have control of your own financial destiny. When there's always a threat of you not being able to make the payments you need to or losing your savings, then you're not in control of your financial destiny. You're at the whims of Wallet of Satoshi or Bukele or whoever the hell else. With Zeus, we designed everything so that you are always empowered, you are always in control, and you are always in control of your financial destiny. So, there are still a lot of challenges. I'm not expecting everyone to use Zeus today, but I'm here to say that custodial solutions will get rugged. Not all of them, probably mostly not to malice or incompetence, but merely from threat of coercive governments around the world. I want you guys to think very carefully about who you onboard to Bitcoin with what tools and what real threats they may face. This all being said, self-custodial solutions, they have a long way to go still, but they will get better with innovation and tech advancements. Custodial wallets have a different problem. They need to give their keys to their users. And I think there's paths to do that, and hopefully we can meet somewhere in the middle. Those bold enough to join us, I invite you to use Zeus today. Everyone can use this, including waiters and bartenders. You can onboard them with their Zeus Pay addresses. Some things need a little more explaining. It's not as easy, but I sleep better at night knowing that they're not going to get rugged. This is Frankie at PubKey with the Zeus Pay Lightning address, and she's received millions of Satoshis already to her wallet, and she's not technical like most of the people in this room. She's just a great person and a great bartender, and we're glad to put these tools in her hands. So if you want to join me, and you want to join Frankie, and using a self-custodial wallet where you control your own financial destiny, I invite you guys all to the Zeus Open Beta program. There are still things to iron out. Even beyond this release, we have a lot of work to do. But I ask that you all check it out, give us some feedback, and help make better tools for everyone in the world to use. Thank you so much.